Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Reader's Magnet featured author interview, where we dive deep into the world of creativity and inspiration. And our guest for today is the author of the book, How Santa's Reindeers Were Named. So please help me welcome the author of the book, John Wenzler. So John, how are we doing today?
Well, hi, everybody. Hi, Rob. How are we doing out there?
Well, I'm doing good. Thank you much. And by the way, John, welcome to the Hive. And to all of our viewers, as you can see, though, book is there on screen. We're going to be putting in some links in the caption below. If ever you are interested and you want to grab a copy, then you can just click that link, grab a copy right now. But first and foremost, let's talk to the author itself. So, John, please tell us who you are and what this book is all about.
Oh, my gosh, Rob. Well, who I am. I guess to tell you a little bit about me. I'm a Midwestern guy at heart. I'll tell you, I moved out here to the East Coast. I have some Australian Shepherds that I absolutely love to death, and I've raised them from a puppy onward. And I tell you, I'm just excited about this book that I wanted to bring to everybody. I want to talk about Santa's reindeer names and how they got their names.
Love that. And talking more about this, because again, John, this book that we have right now was in time for Christmas, but it's not just it's not really centered about Christmas, but there are some lessons that are also entailed within this book. But before I ask that question though, so how long have you been writing though, and when did you start writing, John?
Actually, believe it or not, Rob, this is my first book out in terms of being an author and published out there. But I've been writing, I guess, since a kid, and as the family, it's been within the family that we've been doing this type of really rhythmic poetry and storytelling to one another. And so I was able to put this story down, and everybody really almost said to me that, hey, why don't you not make it a book? And I was like, okay, let's see if we can put some pictures to it together. That's how really the book came out. And so really, I'm hoping people are able to take away just that belief and keep on inspiring storytelling and really that family togetherness is really, I'm hoping everybody can take away while this story and all the different reindeer names and how they came about.
Oh, I do love that though. But going back with the book here, John, because it's just more of something that I'm just curious about. This is from the top of my head here. Talking about reindeers, because again, because as I remember, as I was reading through the pages of the book, though, Santa was noticing these reindeers while they were playing, and then he decided to give them their names based on how they were playing and how they were acting. Does this book also promote to children on naming their pets that way, or what's the main takeaway for this?
Sure,
I was just curious about it.
Sure, no, it's just any way you can. Inspire anything. Creativity is really what the premise was. I thought that Santa, even myself, we were looking for ways to get, why were these names, where did they come from, and how did they really come about? And that's where each reindeer kind of can come in terms of their own story almost, and even their own taking the abilities is what they're doing, and then even creating just that name and that wonderful and memorable name that we all know that tale, right? Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen, right? That's what we got everybody in terms of the 8 original.
8 original. And speaking of 8 original reindeers here, I've heard from a little grapevine here that I'm talking more about these books here, but just want to know, John, do you have any plans on making sequels for this book? Because again,
Rob, you got the question. Oh, there it is. That's the one, man. Absolutely. Really, it could go into 8 different sequels, right? If you look about it, each of the reindeer could have their own story and really even just branch off from there. That's the endless possibilities, right? And each time even engaging new readerships and new families to tell the story too.
And so if we're talking about 8 reindeers, because again, we got these 8 reindeers in the book cover, and hoping that we can branch off when it comes with each story though per reindeer. And I've been thinking, because Cupid is a reindeer, so we might be expecting a love theme when it comes with that, or
it could be a Valentine's Day, right at Valentine's Day. That'd be a great way to slice it. Absolutely. I would love to do something and partner with, if it's a success as it takes off, definitely have the readership there and be able to give these reindeer some real stories of their own.
And so And also, John, because coming back, this book is available. Like, people can purchase this if ever they want to know the whole origin story, is what we can say, if we're going to be branching off. So,
Sure.
when do you think will be the possible date or time when people can start getting copies of these sequels that you might be having? Like, is there a time and date on when?
Not a
people can expect
specific
this?
time and date just yet, Rob. We're not ready to release that just yet. But certainly in the future. Definitely as the time elapses here, we're gonna get those out.
Love that, love that. And but I do believe that you had already started working on some of the characters as well, because you got me
Absolutely.
already curious right here. Like, I want to know if ever there are some stuff
Listen, we
here.
got to figure out how each of them. I mean, that's eight. I mean, listen, that's 8 different stories and even pictures that we got to put into
Mhm.
work with that. So there's a lot of work that comes behind just even developing where we got to today with this story, right? Each of them only just have a single
Sorry.
picture with them, right? So I'm hoping if we can each have their own story, there's gonna be a lot of different pictures that I got to come up with in terms of how this evolved, right, for each of
Mhm.
them. So there's a lot of thinking that still has to be developed yet. So we're still in those processes. Stories are there, but it's still in those fine stages, Rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand where you're coming from here, John. And but you know what, John, just from top of my head as well, just one quick question when it comes to it, because now talking about this, the story is there. It's just more about a picture. So how does your process really work? Like, how does it start? Like, does it start from an idea down to paper, or the drawing comes at first?
I'm
How
a
does
free
it work?
thinker. No, I'm a free thinker. Good question. I'm a free thinker in terms of that. Really, just anything that I can, in terms of an idea, brainstorm, get it on paper. Of course, if it's an image, then I definitely describe that image. But any way I can put it then just on paper, so I can then start really crafting it from there. And that's each of these reindeer came about too. Is just it kind of just each of them sparked really almost the pictures were there before each of the paragraphs was there with them as well. But I'll tell you, it's been a wild ride, and I'm anxious to definitely get this in front of everybody.
I love that. And coming back to this book here, especially with the original one that we have here, which is How Santa's Reindeers Were Named.
Mhm.
Coming back from that book and going back with the original thing here, when you talk about the main story that we had originated with, are we is also expecting like these branch of stories, especially with the sequels that are upcoming, are coming from that same origin, or would it be like some before the 8 of them met each other?
There could be maybe some prequel stories out there, maybe before this and not. We'll see how it goes. It's an ever definitely changing process that we have here. So yeah, I mean, as it comes to fruition, we're going to definitely keep you guys involved and keep our the readership out there knowing about how this happens.
And is there a way for people to get updated though when it comes with knowing the
Definitely.
progress? Well, how?
Definitely. I was going to say there's a great, I mean, obviously we can go to the Amazon, we can go to barnesandnoble.com as well to get the copy of the book. SantasReindeerNames.com is actually the website where you can also grab a copy. And then keep up with, contact myself, get a hold of me. There it is, right there, folks.
There. That's
Looks
what posted
great.
on screen. That's the website. So people can get in touch with you and get some updates as well through your website as well. Is that
Definitely.
correct, John?
Definitely.
Awesome. And you know what, John? Just one more thing, because again, talking about this book as well and talking about the prequels that are coming, what is something that you really want your readers to take away after reading this book and your future upcoming books?
Absolutely. I'm just hoping, again, I can keep that belief, that inner child in all of us, that creativity always sparking interest. I really am hoping to always get that family togetherness, getting around the tree and reading the story to everyone and just taking that family time. It's really important to make sure that we spend as much quality time together as we can, especially these days. So yeah, that's really what I'm hoping everybody can just get some nice warmth and laugh and share some happiness around it.
And I do love that. And again, as I've been saying with all my book shoutouts and interviews, though, I'm a firm believer of children's books. It is something different when you can get the whole family huddle up together, reading a book, sharing stories, giving their ideas, having fun. And there's nothing quite an experience with having a book as a center of having these family bondings. And I'm looking forward to see on what this book can do to some families out there as well. Here,
And
John.
me too. Me too, Rob. Me too.
And again, you know what? And you know what? To all of our viewers and book lovers, though, and again, I would highly recommend and I suggest that you get on your phones right now and grab a copy. Though it's available through Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and if you want to get updates and see more about the book, again, you can always go to the website at santasreindeers.com. Sorry, Santas Reindeer Names. .com. There, it's posted on screen. We also included the links down below in the comment section. If ever you're lazy, you don't want to type it down, you can just click on that link and you'll be routed to the Amazon page. Grab a copy right now, because what's much more better than expecting new books in the future, as long as you got the prequel, sequel, or the original book where it started it from. And you know what?
Definitely.
And John, you know what? As we end with today's conversation, I just want to say this though, that thank you very much for having us today, having this interview, and giving us a snippet on what we will be expecting out from your book as well. And I really love the notion and the idea on how this book came into fruition. And I want to say thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And we are excited to see where your author's journey brings you in the future, John.
Thanks so much for having me, Rob. It's been great.
Okay. And you know what? To all of our viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. And always remember that every ending is just a new beginning in the world of stories. May your reading adventures be endless and your imagination boundless. And as we say here at Reader's Magnet, we share your stories with the world. Thank you and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.